All right, so now the application is completed. As an administrator, you have built in all the required features within the application. What would be the next step? You're not going to be the only user in the application, right? We'll have to share this application with your employees or with your coworkers, and only then the complete functionality is achieved. So again, we are going to consider the car service center application. Who are all the stakeholders here? Number one, obviously, it's going to be the owner of the business or the CEO. Whenever it is some kind of a workshop, we'll have a manager who would manage things out there, and people who would do the real work, the mechanics. So we have three stakeholders here, and these three set of people would need access into the application. Let's first see what they should be able to do within the application. We'll start with the business owner. He is the administrator, so he should be able to do anything within the application. Add, remove employees, add or remove customers, add or remove order information, whatever, literally anything. He should be able to delete the application if that is needed as well. So he has complete access over the database, over the application, over the account, everything. Then comes the second stakeholder, who is not the owner here, but he is just an employee. We'll discuss what he should be able to do within the application. Add or edit the order information. That would involve the customer's information as well. And we had a separate table called compliance module. What are the different complaints that you deal with, the fixes that you do, plus the service charge for that. Let's assume this is something that is fixed by the CEO or the owner of the business. The manager does not have access to edit it, but he should be able to view them. See what are all the different complaints that you deal with, but still no edit access or no delete access. So needs a read-only permission there. Some kind of a limitation is there. Even for the employees module, it's something that we can define. Even for the employees module, we can give read-only access and not the edit access for the manager. And then comes the mechanics. They will not have much to do in there. Whatever jobs are being assigned to them, they just have to update the status of that specific job. In case if there is any notes that needed to be added, he should be able to do that. Plus, there should be other parts of the application where he has a read-only permission, like to view information about a customer. He has an emergency. He needs to call the car owner to verify before changing something within the car. So in that case, he should be able to see the customer's phone number or other contact information, the car details and stuff like that, but still no edit permission. So he has a very limited permission, mechanic. Now, how are we going to achieve this kind of a limited access within Zoho Creator? We have a feature called permissions, with which you define what each user should be able to do within the application. And when you say permission, there are various levels of permission. Number one is a module level permission. Now, when you say module, any form that you create within the application is considered a module. In our application, compliance is a module. Whether a user should have access into that module, a module can have a form, one or more reports based on that specific form. It's combinedly called a module. So whether the user should have access to that specific module, that level of permission you can define. Number two is record level permission. When we say record level, when I access the application, should I be able to see only the data that I have added, or should I be able to see the data everybody has added? Should I be someone like a manager who can view all the data, or am I just limited just to myself? That level of permission. And then feature level permission. When we say feature level, it's only two features that we are referring to here. The ability to import into a report or export from a report. These two would come under the feature level permission. And then field level permission. Your form can have 20, 30 different fields. So your manager should be able to see all the fields, whereas when the mechanic accesses, he should only be seeing limited fields in there, or we can display all the fields, but disable a few fields, or give read-only access to a few fields alone, not to the entire module. He can still be able to edit. Let's consider an example. Every employee would have an hourly wage, right? We'll give access to the manager. You can see all the information about the employees. You can even edit their information, update their contact info. But the wage per hour is something that the CEO decides. So he can set up a permission level in such a way that A person in the manager role can edit all the other information, but not the wage information. That level of permissions can be achieved. Let's quickly configure one or two permission sets or profiles, and then we'll see the next step. All right, again, the same application. We are coming out the app builder, and we are going into settings. And in settings, you have users. This is where we are going to add the users in here. And when you click on add user, you'll have to provide the email address of the user and then select which permission the user is going to be associated with. And by default, you have a read and write permission set. With read permission, you'll have access to all modules, but only read-only access. With write permission, that's a default permission. You simply have write permission on all modules. Now, I'm going to create a new permission set. This is going to be for my manager. So I can call it manager. I'm going to create a permission set. Now, the manager should be able to add or modify order information. So we are going to give him access into the car service module. And when you say access permission, the concerned user would have the option to add a new entry into that specific module. So the manager would now be able to add new entries into the car service. And access refers to add permission, and then you have view permission. With view permission, you will be able to view the reports that are created based on that specific form. And even with that, you can specify, right now we only have one report based on the car service form. If needed, you can have multiple reports, and you will have the option to define which report should be accessible to this permission. So I'll select all car services. So that's view permission. Edit permission will allow the user to edit or update the record. Delete, as the name implies, will allow an user to delete an information. Now, let's assume we are not going to provide the delete permission for the manager, so I'm not giving anything in there. Let's quickly see what's under more. You have import and export. That's the feature level permission that we discussed about. And with regards to this, assuming that we are not going to import any historical data, this feature is not required for the manager, the import or export feature, so we'll leave that off. And you have something called view all and modify all. Let's see what's the difference between view and view all, and you have edit and modify all. So what would be the difference? When I say view permission, if I log into the application, I will only be able to see the records that I have added. Or in other words, if I am the record owner, the record will be displayed to me. In other cases, it won't be. If I want the ability to see the records added by every user into that module, then I'm going to give them the view all permission. That would be needed in this case, so I'm going with that. And similarly, you have edit and modify all. With edit permission, I will have the ability to edit the records that I have added. With modify all permission, it's more like a supervisor. I'll have the option or I'll have the permission to edit any records that are submitted into that specific module. Clear? So I'll also go with these two. Whatever is there, the bottom three options, we'll discuss that later in this session. So we are good with the car service, and we'll go with compliance. Compliance, we are not going to give him access permission because it is the CEO who is going to add compliance in there. However, we are going to give view permission. And with view permission, just view permission is not enough because only the data added by the manager would be visible there, and the manager has added no data there. So we'll also have to provide view all. Customer details, I'm going to give all permission for the manager. No delete. Employees, again, no access permission. We are going to give view permission. Edit permission. No delete. View all and modify all. And there is a notes form in there where the mechanics are supposed to add notes. I hope that is not needed for the manager, so we'll leave that off. And the service details subform, he should have access to all components in there. There are a few reports I have created based on the subform. We'll have them as well. No delete permission once again. Modify all. We are good. So I will save and associate. Now we have a permission set called manager created, and I can just add the user manager@zilkacast.com, notify via email, and share. Okay, that's share. Now, as soon as I do that, whoever I have added into the application would now receive an email invitation. Let's check the manager profile. Okay, we have got an invitation. I can access the application from here directly. Now, since I have already tested this out, you are not seeing the password setup process. Whenever you are sharing it with someone who is new to Creator, they will be first guided through a password setup process, and once the password is just a 1 minute redirection, you'll have to do the password setup and then you'll be guided into the application. So I have access here now. I can access the car service form and the car service report, and you may note that I will not have the delete option here. We have provided permission to edit or add information, but no delete information, so that's not available. And the same way, we also did not provide the feature level permission, the import or export. That is also not available here. Same thing applies to others as well. Let's quickly go to complaints. Now, in complaints, we only gave the manager a read-only access. He can't add new information in here. He can't edit information here. So there is no edit option, no add option anywhere. The add new option is gone. So only this. He can do some search operations if needed, but other than that, it's highly limited. Same thing applies with employees as well. Now, we are good here. Now, we also saw one other permission level called field level permission. Now, in employees information, you can see there is a wage per hour field in here. And now since I am logged in as the manager here, and now since I have given the edit permission, I have access to modify it. But this is not something that we want. We don't want the manager to be able to do that. So what we'll do is we can configure a field level permission for the manager. Let's check that out. I'm again going to the administrator screen. Permissions, manager, and this is with the employees module. So towards employee, I can click on the more option, and in here I have something called field permission. Just hit on field permission. All the fields that are part of that form would be displayed here, and by default the visibility is provided for every field. Every field would have the view permission as well as the edit permission in there. If needed, you can give a check mark in the read-only feature so that they can only view that information. Now, for a manager, he should be able to update their contact information, name, phone number, or email. But other than that, the wage should not be changeable. And let's also assume the designation also should be a read-only information. So I can simply scroll down. Wage per hour, I'm going to make this a read-only field. And the designation, designation is also going to be a read-only field. I'll apply this, update. Should be good. Let me reload. Logged in as the manager now. If I try to edit an employee's information, you see all the other fields are editable. But mechanic and wage per hour is disabled, and that is due to the level of permissions that we have applied. We have not added any script to disable all these fields, only because of the level of permission that we have provided. Clear? Now, with permissions, we can define what a user can do within an application. There is also another functionality called roles, with which you basically define what the users see within the application. Or for let's consider this hierarchy. In a big corporate, you will have a hierarchy like this. Now, CEO is at the top of the ladder. He would have access to all the information added by any person in there. Let's consider the sales manager USA here. The sales manager of USA has 3 people reporting to him. So whatever information is being added by those 3 people will be visible to him. But the same information will not be visible to this guy, the Europe sales manager. This is based on the role level permission. The same thing applies to the entire hierarchy. You will only be able to see the information of your subordinates. By default, say for example, there are 2 people in the role called managers. I'm not talking about the permission set here, talking about the roles called manager. There are 2 people with the same role, manager. Now you will have the option there whether to share your data with your peers, with your other managers, or whether to keep it private. That option would be available. But other than that, you will only be able to see the information of your subordinates, or if you have the permission, you will be able to see information added by your co-peers as well. And the permission set and roles are 2 different things, but combining them together, you can do a lot of things. We can have 2 people in the same role. We'll consider the same example. You hire a new manager. He would not know the process well. So initially you are only going with a read-only permission. The read-only permission is something that you do in the permission set, and role is something that you apply on the role level. So you can have 2 people on the same role with 2 different permission sets. So same role, different levels of permission. So a junior manager, he doesn't have any edit permission here. We have a senior manager profile with edit permissions as well. And you also have something called data sharing rules. Now whatever we configure within roles, I say there are 3 people reporting to me. There is another manager with 2 people reporting to them. All these are hard-coded into the application. You will not be able to see another manager's information. But still, with data sharing rules, we give you the option to add an exception in the sharing functionality. We'll quickly see how all these works. Okay, and there's one other user type called a developer. If you do not have the time to build an application, you're too busy, hire a developer, add him as a user. Keep in mind, to add a developer into your account, he is considered as another user license to add a developer. So for a developer, for all the other permission sets that we discussed so far, they will have access only to the data level of the application. Like they can access the live mode of the application, play around with the data, but can never touch how the application is designed, how the forms are designed, or what kind of workflows you have configured. Those access is restricted for all the other users. Only a developer will be able to click on the edit this application button, or only the developer would see that option. Let's quickly see a demonstration of all these info. Admin. We're done with permissions. I can go with roles. By default, role hierarchy is disabled in Zoho Creator. Until and unless you need this feature, you will not be seeing it anywhere. And to enable this, I can add a new role. I'll say manager. And this is the option I was talking about. Share data with peers. By default, it is unchecked. A manager will not be able to view information of another manager until you provide this permission. I'll go with it unchecked now. I'll save this role. Now in here, I can click on the drop down and I will have an option called role hierarchy. I can click on role hierarchy and I can configure for which modules I would need the role hierarchy to be enabled. By default, every module has this feature disabled. You can enable it wherever you want. Now I can enable it for any forms, and when you enable role, By default, the person who is adding the information is considered the record owner or the data owner of that specific record. He is the record owner. When you apply or when you have role hierarchy enabled, you will also have the option to change the ownership of a record to another user. There is a field type called users field type in forms. If you have that, we can also do that. You wouldn't see the option here because in none of the forms we have made use of the users field. So it's only added user everywhere. You just have to enable this option. I'll save this. You can create another role for, we'll create that. Another one. This is going to be mechanic. He's going to report to the manager. Maybe we'll go with share data with PS for this guy. Right? That's with the role hierarchy. You can have up to 50 different roles added in here and up to 50 different permission sets created in one single application. And again, it is when you assign a person or when you share the application with a user, you will be assigning them, you have the ability to assign permissions as well as roles. So the probability is large. You can have a large user base with different levels of permission within the application. And then we have the data sharing. We'll quickly see how the exception can be added. So I can add a data sharing rule. And in data sharing rule, I will have the ability to filter out information based on permission sets or the roles or the user himself. We can do all these. So for which form? I'll say it is with the subform information. Records shared from. So he is the actual owner of the record. So be it a role, you can say record shared from the manager role, or you can go with roles or roles and subordinates, which means manager, the mechanics reporting to him, they all will be covered. Or I can just say users and select the user's name in here. So if I select this, I'll say this, with Zilker level of access, read or read write, you can give that in here. So when I do this, irrespective of what role configuration I have, this will take first preference. This setup will take first preference, which means any record added by this user, Zoho underscore manager 222, added by this user would be visible to this user, to the Zilker Cars user. You can also do that on the role level or on the role and subordinate level. And one final feature we have in here is called domain restriction, which is now the administrator email here is admin@zilkercars.com. So I say I am a very private organization that I have, and I don't want anyone from the external, anyone from outside my company to access my database, even by mistake. So you can enable this feature. So only the email addresses which are part of this domain at zilkercars.com would be able to access the application, and no other people would be able to access it. Even as the administrator, you will not be able to add a user from a different domain. That's with the domain restriction. And to add a developer, you can go to the share option here, and you can click on developer, add their email address, and that should do. And they will have access to edit this application option. Clear? The next level of feature is called a customer portal. So far we have shared the application only with our internal employees, with my manager, with my mechanics, that's all. Say you grow into a very big business. You want your customers to have their own login or their own application from where they can request, I need my car serviced, can you come pick it up or can you come tow it up? Some kind of, that level of permission is what customer portal does. And I hope everyone has seen this screen at least once in their lifetime. This is the best example of customer portal we can ever give you. Amazon has its own database that his Amazon's employee can access, but still they are giving us a part of access into the database. And whenever I log into my Amazon account, all I see is personalized to me. There may be millions of accounts in millions of accounts, millions of orders available within Amazon. But when I log in, I would see only my information. It's highly personalized. See, all the options in here starts with your. It's my profile information, my order information, my whatever cards I have saved, everything is my information. So that's, you are giving access to your application to someone outside of your organization. That's with the customer portal. And even with customer portal, we'll quickly see a demonstration. Done with the users, we'll go to customer portal. I can configure a customer portal here. Now, by default, Zoho Creator assigns a URL for your portal. Let's go with the default URL. There are three types of portal: public, private, and restricted. When it is public, you will have, whenever someone accesses your portal URL, they will have a sign up link, just like how you have an Amazon or Facebook. A new user can go in, sign up, and get access into the database. That's, if you want that level of access, you need a public portal. If it is private, the sign up feature will not be there. You will have to invite the user manually. You'll have to get into the portal, add that user, only then they will get the invitation and will be provided access. Restricted is a combination of these two. You will expose the sign up feature. People will be able to sign up, but they would not be given access to the database immediately. Instead, there would be an approval process where the admin has to approve that specific user, and only after the approval, they will have access into the application. For our demo, I'll go with a public portal and portal permission set. Just like how we saw a permission set for normal users, you also have something similar to the customers. I'll go with the default permission, customer portal. The portal is configured. This is going to be my portal URL. The URL says zilkacars.zohocreatorportal.com. Zohocreatorportal.com would come by default. If this branding you would like to remove it, then you'll have to go with the option called a custom domain, where if you have a custom domain like zilkacars.com, you have such a domain, you can have this portal as part of your domain. It's more like masking it. Your customers will be accessing Zoho's database, but in the name of Zilka Cars. In no place Zoho or the word creator is exposed. And just like how we saw permissions in for internal users, you have something similar for customers as well. Almost the same level: access permission, view, edit, delete permission, and the additional permissions, the field level permissions, is not applicable for customers. Roles is not applicable for customers. Customer altogether is considered as one role. Customer is a role. You can't have someone called senior customer or a junior customer in there. So that's one role. And you can also have multiple profiles created in here, but roles is always going to be customers. And you have something called SAML authentication, which is basically to have your own authentication system, use your own authentication system and allow access into the customer portal, be it your Active Directory, or you may be using some third-party authentication system. If you don't want a separate password, username password to be created, in that case, you can make use of the SAML authentication service. And there are a few other customizations available as well. Whenever you add a user into the customer portal, they'll get an invitation email. And in case if they are trying to reset their password, there is a password reset email that would be sent. And those emails can be configured from here. And from which email address the emails should go, that can also be added in here. From here, I can add another email address, and there would be a verification process. A verification email would be forwarded, and you'll have to activate that link, and only then the email address would be added in here. And there are options to customize the pages as well. So when you say a customer portal, there is a login page or the sign up. This is the login page. I can click on sign up here. That will take me to another page. This is a sign up page. Right now, nothing is, we haven't customized anything. Whatever is given by default by Zoho is available in there. You can customize these pages as well. That's the option. How the password reset page should look like, the sign up and sign in page. And maybe I'll quickly show you how does this look like. Cool? Okay, this is something we created on top of Zoho Creator. This is a customer portal on a Zoho Creator application. You may note that we have added the domain mapping in here. So Zoho or Creator is not listed in here. Let me also sign up or sign in. This is a highly customized application. Just wanted to show you what kind of an end result you can achieve with Creator. Of course, there is a bit of HTML and CSS work involved in here, but you have the capability of creating something like this. I can go to my profile, see my history, who my co-travelers are. All these are the application design. How it is being rendered to the end user, that is customized using some HTML stylings in there. Once again, we are going to see the power of deluge. Okay. So far, whatever we saw is as the administrator should get into the application settings, add the user or delete user, do whatever stuff you want regarding sharing. Everything is done there. We have recently, maybe a year back, we introduced this feature where you can control this through deluge. When we are configuring some kind of an automation in deluge, we need two key pieces of information that we need to provide. What are they? When and what. Same thing, we'll have to answer those questions here, and then we can configure that real quick. When you add a new employee into the application, what? Simple. Add him as a user into the application. And you have multiple profiles now. You have a profile called manager, you have a profile called mechanic. So which profile this user should be associated to, that will also, you will also have an option to specify that in the deluge script. We'll quickly see that. So I have an employee form. In the employee form, I receive the email address of the employee, and I also assign a designation to the employee, whether he is a manager or a mechanic, or in case if there is any other designation, you can have them. And let's go to the edit mode. Users, permissions. Okay, right now we have only manager. I'll quickly create one for mechanic. Just giving basic permissions. Okay, now we'll configure another workflow. Add a new workflow. Workflow. This is while using the employee form. So while using the form, I can select employee while a record is being created. I can create the workflow. Now, when you add a new action, number one, when to do. Deluge script, when to do. Whenever an employee is added into the system, we are going to do that. So that's on success of the form. So I can go with on success, and I can simply assign a variable in here. I'll say assign user equals this app dot permissions dot assign user in profile. This is the syntax. And whenever you are making use of this, I want you to be extra careful because U, I, and P, all these are in uppercase. This is case sensitive. All right? And assign user to profile. Which user? Whatever email we have added. So input.email. And to what profile are we adding them? Whatever designation we have already assigned. So I'll say input.designation. Save this. Go back to the app. And I'll give him a manager role. Let's say 100. You can submit this. I can now go back to the edit mode of the app, go to the settings again. Users, there we go. He is added in here. The same way, you can also have a form for your customers, add that as part of your website, and whenever people sign up there, you can automatically add them into the customer portal directly. That's another syntax. For this, we would have used thisapp.permissions.assign user in profile. For the portal, you would be using thisapp.portal.assign user in profile. Syntax, everything remains the same. Okay. Now is time for something exciting. We have two new features that are being released. Feature number one is shared analytics. So far, only the administrator of the account or the app's owner would have the ability to create new reports and share it to other users. With this, we are providing the permission for shared users to create their own report, and if needed, they can also share it with other permission sets as well. That's the first feature called shared analytics. The second feature is again a much awaited feature in Creator, where for every record, you will have the option to add comments to it. You will be able to tag users, mention a comment, maintain a conversation in there. And again, you will have option to specify the level of permission, whether a user should be able to read comments or also be able to write comments. That can be specified with this. Let's quickly see a demonstration of these two features, and we should be good. I'll go to permissions. I'll go to the manager permission. Now, based on the subform, this is available under more. Here, I can give this permission set or this profile the permission to create a new report, to read and write comments as well. So for the manager, I will give all these three. Update it. I'll go to the mechanic, and for mechanic, I will give access here. Sorry. So I'm not giving the mechanic the permission to create a new report. I'm only giving him permission to read and write comments here. I'll update this as well. Once that permission is available, what you would see in the live mode of the application, I have added a few screenshots to show you how this is going to look like. There's going to be another section within the application called reports. Under reports, you will have the option to create new report in case if your profile is given that permission. And when you click on create new report, you would see the exact report builder that you see on the application builder. Whatever report types you have, everything would be available there. As the part of the initial release, only the first 3 report types are supported for the user-generated reports, or we call it shared analytics. Only the first 3, list and pivot reports, only these are supported in there. And everything follows the same idea. You select with list, based on which form you are going to create the report, what is going to be the name of the report, and who you are going to share it with. Is it going to be for only you, for a private access, or is it going to be to a specific permission set? You'll be able to share that in here. And other things, you'll have the option to configure a quick view, a detailed view, apply some filters, apply grouping and sorting section. The screenshots are available for everything in here. We'll see the comments. Comments is the user level comment. Any user can access the report or access a specific record and add comments to it. And whoever the other users are as part of the application, you will also be able to tag them with the @ symbol. I can add this comment. Right now, when a user is tagged, there is no notification sent to the person who is being tagged. And there are, like, this is just the starting of this common field. A lot of improvements are yet to happen. And the same thing with the other feature as well, with the create report feature as well. Now, notifications would be added. Either it can be through an email, or we are also in the process of working or building a notification feature within the application. Just like how you, when you access your Facebook account, you have a notification. Clicking on it, you see who has tagged you where and stuff like that. Something similar of that kind is also coming up in Creator. Now, this is with the manager. The same thing should be available for mechanic as well. Thank you.